Welcome back to The Betrayed. I'm Gina Beck.
This is Drew Williams.
Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all, especially the reviews on Apple Podcasts. I just checked them out recently, and there's a lot more than the previous time I checked them out. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for the continued support, the continued engagement, the new listeners from the last episode. Thank you guys.
If you have a story and you want it to be heard, make sure you go to the links in our description, go to our socials, and send us a message. We'll check it out and get back to you.
Absolutely.
How are you, Drew?
I'm doing all right, G. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to jump into this podcast. As you guys can see by the title, I'm just going to, I guess, get into that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a TikTok star. His name is Tony Lopez. He was accused of inappropriate messages sent to minors. The accusations have been made against 20-year-old Hype House member Tony Lopez, alleging inappropriate conduct involving girls as young as 15 via his private Snapchat account. The initial accusations aimed at Lopez emerged when a TikTok from user Griffin Brooks went viral after a 15-year-old girl contacted him with screen recordings showing messages of a sexual nature supposedly sent by Tony Lopez. Well, recently, Tony has came out with an apology. So this is all true. And Tony says that he's sorry and he apologizes and he is going to grow from this, just like every other typical online apology, But the people in the comments, they're not letting him, forget about this. They're not just letting him grow. He's actually lost a bunch of sponsorships and brand deals. This could affect his career, because not a lot of people are going to want to work with him, and which every right so. I don't think he should just get away with it. I don't think people like that deserve a platform. I think he is old enough to know better. You know what I mean?
Is there enough for him to get charged with anything? Like, will he have any of the repercussions besides losing his career?
I'm pretty positive this is all ongoing because more and more girls keep coming out. More and more screenshots keep being posted because this is so viral, and girls are seeing this on Twitter and posting what they have. And it's a lot. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be an ongoing thing. We'll have more news as time goes on. But as of now, it's just the beginning.
It's just like the storm's just starting for him.
Yeah. He's just getting hit with losing the sponsorships and the brand deals and supporters, and just eventually, I'm pretty sure we'll get into an investigation. Depends on the girls and their parents and what was all said.
Yeah.
In a screenshot here, he's telling a girl, "Hey, cutie." She's like, "Wow, you actually answered." And he's like, "Haha, I did." He sends her his private Snapchat, which is confirmed his. He has a lot of inappropriate pictures going back and forth, telling them, "You're beautiful. I hope nothing but blessings in your life, and you thrive to be the best woman you can be." Just tons of compliments. In other screenshots, he, is very enticing, saying, "Hey, baby, show me this, show me that. Hey, where are you? Answer, please. Hello." Very continuous, like the things that we deal with in our chat messages.
I say like typical predator stuff.
Right, typical groomers. I don't know the exact number on girls that have came out. I will link as much as I know in the description, tweets, the YouTube videos of sources that I have. There's a girl on Twitter named Demon, little EBLVSIAN. She says, "You came at me sexually on Snapchat when I was underage and then blocked me because I said I would expose you. There are way more than enough girls who have said you are both predators. I never lied about him or they're on their name. Someone named Alessandra. See the respect you have." I'm not sure who she was talking to exactly, but this was referring to Tony And these TikTokers being leaked do not need to be made fun of. I get it, videos and photos are disgusting, but they were hacked. A lot of like their supporters are trying to say that they were hacked. So this was before the apology came out. But then Tony came out with the apology, which kind of confirmed everything. And it just goes to show that someone with a platform, when you're talking to girls like that, in their mind, they're probably thinking, oh, a TikTok with him would be amazing. I'd love to meet him and maybe do TikTok with me.
Yeah, it's like a typical thing with all these guys that get in these like fame type positions, like just totally using it as an in to these girls, and they're not even realizing what they're really getting into, probably till it's too late.
Exactly. So there is an apology video, which I'll link in the description as well. It's very typical, kind of vague. It's not a good I'm sorry. You
It's
know what I
well,
mean?
because it's forced. I mean, it's not a real. It's I'm sorry I got caught.
Well, there's another YouTuber, streamer, not sure. He does a lot of stuff on YouTube. His name is Mini Lad. He apologized for sending unacceptable messages to young fans as well, which confirms all of the allegations that were out on him for quite a while. Two women came forward with their own stories. They were both separate, detailing a series of events in which Mini Lad coerced them into awkward messages and sent unsolicited nudes when they were age 16 and 17. One statement posted a long Twitter thread by a woman named Haley reveals now how Thompson would use his position of power over young fans to get nude pictures from them. The statement also says that he made them engage in sexual conversations and made them not comfortable. Haley herself adding that she was a minor at the time, which is disgusting. Like, why abuse your platform and target minors, even if you just randomly started talking to them because maybe they were in your DMs, appreciating your content. Like, why even just continue that? Why continue the engagement? Like, thank you for your support. Don't even answer. There's tons of options than to begin a conversation.
It's yeah, it's disturbing. And you said these are ongoing, so these guys have been getting away with this stuff for years. So at least a couple, and that I
Who
mean,
knows how
who?
long, really?
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
how long's this list of victims? Like, but it's good to see that like former fans are not letting it go because he's getting the same type of treatment, right?
Right. If you go to their comments in their most popular social media, Tony's being TikTok, you'll see it's that she was 15 for me comments. You'll see, why did you go hit on 15-year-olds, Tony? You'll see like all the top comments have to do with that. And same mini lad on YouTube. I guess Thompson finished his statement by saying that he has a long road of personal searching ahead of him and that he will be back when the time is right. So he's actually taken time off of YouTube.
Yeah, well, I think he should take time off completely because he's messed up, and that's going to take a long time to rewire that. So,
Right. Which leads us into MAP and AOA.
yeah, where do you want to start on this? Because some people that are listening right now are probably like Map and AOA. What the fuck are they talking about? So we've mentioned this before, I think, in episodes, but I don't think we've ever really addressed it completely. There is a movement that really could date back all the way to the like mid 80s, maybe early 80s with the NAMBLA movement, but they're called MAPS, which is an acronym that stands for Minor Attracted Person. And I've heard about these, but I didn't hear about people going so public with being one up until I want to say the last year. And there's a few YouTubers that I watch, Blair White, Ready to Glare. They've been talking about it, I think, before anyone else was. But the thing that's crazy is not only are they trying to align themselves with the LGBT fucking crowd, they're they're trying to make it like it's an actual like appropriate sexuality. And they're pretty open. Like you dig through Twitter accounts, Instagram for those hashtags and those acronyms, you will find them because the other one is Age of Attraction, and they'll usually have Age of Attraction in an acronym, and then they'll have a set of numbers. Usually, I would say most of them are like between the ages of like 4 and 12 or something like that, as the average is what they prefer or something like that. But it goes deeper. You have teens now that are pro contact map, and they feel like they need to defend these monsters. That's what I call them. That they're disgusting humans. Me and G have talked about this a few times. I think on the podcast, like I said, but we've definitely talked it privately. What are your? Because you dug into more of the Twitter side and finding more accounts than I did.
What are my thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
It's disgusting, I think, and I didn't really believe it at first. You know, you don't. I just saw like a picture floating around on Facebook of a person's profile picture on Twitter and then their bio, which said that they were AOA 0 to 8 and up. So I looked into it. It turned out that profile is real. It is on Twitter, and it made me look more in the Twitter universe of map and AOA. So like I would type in, or I didn't. It was hard to like type in and find stuff. It was very vague when I typed in map or AOA in the search bar and looked at like latest. So what I did is I went to that person's profile that had map in the bio as well, but it was public. And I went to their followers and I went to who they followed. And that's what made me find so many more people. And then I would go to someone else's followers that had the same kind of stuff in the bio. And it just leads you into a dark rabbit hole
And
of
if you guys, people
craziness.
listening, because neither me or G want to give this piece of shit a shout out, but we'll link Blair White's video if you really want to see the account, what this guy's face looks like. She's it came out, I think, last week or a week or two ago about this guy. And if you want to see him and find him, you can look at yourself. But I don't want to promote his name or anything like that because fuck
For
that
sure.
guy.
And yeah, I don't really want to link tons of accounts that are map or AOA accounts because for the map people, I don't, even though I think that they are not right, I don't think that a bunch of people should go and threaten them. Especially coming from this platform. It's just not what we do. And then the AOA is like, that's a bunch of, some of them are kids. And I
Yeah.
don't want to send people to kids, and but, my point of talking about it is, our point is if you're a parent, be aware of seeing MAP, capital MAP or capital A, lowercase o, capital A, AOA. Be aware of those if you see your kid having it on any kind of form of social media or paper or anything like that, or someone that you know. Now you know what it means. Now you know to be aware and what steps to take when you see something like that.
Yeah, and these accounts, I mean, if you just go by profile picture, they unfortunately hide behind the anime community and exploit that by using a bunch of different anime characters. They use a lot of children cartoons in general. Go through the comments if you look through them, and they're pretty disturbing. It's it needs to go away. It needs to go away fast. And this art. You got anything else to say about maps? I mean, this kind of leads me into another dark subject that deals with it.
No, I just want people to know what it means. That's all.
Yeah, no, no, no,
Please,
absolutely. So,
please.
this does deal with it. This is a deeper, darker subject of the whole matter. This came from a Dutch article, dutchnews.nl, that's actually in English. The headlines read up to 4 years in jail for possession of pedophile handbook. The Pedophile Manual, an over 1,000-page handbook which explains in detail how pedophiles can lure, groom, and abuse children, and how to do so without anyone finding out. Justice Minister Fred Grapperhaus, and I know my Dutch buddies are giving me shit because I probably didn't say that right, has said that he wants to make it a criminal offense to share tips about how to sexually abuse or groom children in a briefing to Parliament. As part of the changes to known toughen up child protection laws, he said that sharing this kind of material, commonly known as the Pedo Handbook, endangers children. Australian press reports suggest, for example, that while the world aims its arrows at combating the COVID-19 pandemic, child abusers are in the in, immersing themselves online in the possibilities for abusing children by manufacturing guides and sharing them on the dark web. He said that such material could be easily available to potential child abusers and lowers the difficulty or threshold for them. He wants to make it a criminal offense punishable by 4 years in jail for possession of such information. It is currently a crime to possess images or film of underage children, but texts are currently not covered by law, making it harder for police to take action against material circulating online. So I I have no clue what this book is actually called. I'm never ever going to look for it, but it does exist. If you look up articles discussing this, it has been around for a while. They are connecting, they are updating it. It does, from other articles that I've read, it does say like specific age groups to stay away with because they're more likely to tell adults about what went on. It's a very very dark set of text that's out. It sounds like something out of a movie, but you can find article after article going way back. I mean, at least 10, 15 years of them already talking about this handbook. And it's scary to think that something like that's out there.
It's like something that you'd find on the dark web. Sounds like.
It is. It is. The article, the justice minister was saying that it's already being sold on the dark web. Yeah.
Only the dark web, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
It's only been trading because I doubt any publisher would even want to have anything to do with that. So
Right.
you would hope.
That's disgusting. Shouldn't even exist.
Yeah, it says later on that it has been circulating on the dark web for more than a decade, and this was reported back August 27th.
Wow. Too long.
This leads me to
Disgusting.
one more, well, at least two more actually. 16-year-old locked in a barn rescued from human trafficking. This was reported August 14th, 2020. It made almost no headlines, probably because the girl's name hasn't been released yet either, and the offender. But Flint, Michigan, several crews with the Mid Michigan Sheriff's Office on Friday went searching for 27 missing children who have been missing or off the grid. Seven four-man teams spread across Genesee County, about 70 miles northwest of Detroit, to look for children. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson said seven of the missing children were found. One of them was a 16-year-old girl who was locked in a barn. Swanson said the barn was surrounded by barbed wire, and it appears the girl was a victim of human trafficking. The suspect in the case was arrested and is awaiting arraignment at the Genesee County Jail. And there's really not that much more information out there about it. But
Wow.
that's that just recently happened, and who knows how many more are locked, who knows how many of them are still alive, where else they've gone, and that's just one case.
Right. Something like that is devastating. Imagine what their families are going through and what they're going through. So sad.
Yeah, the ripple effect. I mean, just not to mention the victim already being locked in a barn. Like,
For who knows how long.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. I mean, I'm sure it'll be released at some point, but some extended amount of time, some type of hell. It's terrible.
Mm.
I got one last one. This one was from back in February, and I don't remember either of us seeing this, and it kind of bugs me that because it happened somewhere where I used to live or near where I used to live, and it's in my state. Oakland dental surgeon arrested for human trafficking, offering to buy children for $30,000. In the East Bay, an Oakland dental surgeon is under arrest accused of human trafficking and sex crimes against children. Court records filed in Contra Costa County show Cassidy Leverani Doyle faces 7 felony counts, including attempting kidnapping. According to media partner the Bay Area news group, Doyle offered to buy 2 young girls for $30,000. The state attorney's general office has moved to revoke Doyle's dental license, saying that the allegations gave state prosecutors grave concerns about him interacting with children.
Someone that you think you could trust, right?
Well, it's
You
someone.
might see every couple months,
Not only
once a
that,
year.
when you think about your local dentist, I mean, the last thing you think about is your dentist trying to buy children.
It's insane. It just shows you just never know. You just never
Well,
know.
that's it. It's an epidemic, and it comes from everywhere. It's not one group of people doing it. It's
All groups.
all groups
People
of
with
all.
money, people in power, broke, poor, middle class, your neighbor,
Your
your
religious leader.
husband,
Yeah,
your aunt,
yeah, yeah. Like
your grandma.
there was it's been floating around the couple that got arrested, I believe in Texas, that was selling pictures of their daughter on the dark web to other pedophiles, and they were like, if you go to their personal pages, they were deeply religious. They claim they're like filled with Bible quotes and all that type of stuff. And this is
Yeah,
not
there
me
was a.
talking down on the. Say that again.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
What were you saying?
this is not to talk down on religious people, but
Yeah,
it the monsters can hide very, very well.
fact. And there was a recently a wife who came to pick up a 15-year-old girl to take back to her husband. Things like that. Like
There's a
it
lot.
happens.
There's a lot more cases of, I guess you call them serial rapist type people that have partners that help them. I mean, you look at like the
Mm.
toy box killer and things like that. They all had a female partner that helped. People don't like to think about girls doing these type of evil acts, but I think they're just as capable.
I just want to know why. And it's hard to get like a I think a straight, honest answer because I think the answers are so fucked up and they know it. You know what I mean? So I want to know why. Because when I watched this happen, deny, deny, deny. I came to wipe her phone, she says. I've never heard that excuse yet. I came to wipe her phone. Why did you come to wipe her phone? Because I realized her age. Like, but you were talking sexual the whole time. And just before the meet, she had said, have you ever been with a girl before? Like, have you ever done anything with a girl? Like, things like that. So it's like, what are you talking about? I was in shock.
I hate to laugh at it, but the excuses, they're almost laughable because they're almost always the same, just some ridiculous, like.
I came to tell her to shut up. Remember that one?
Yeah, it was another one
Still,
too. And I'm
to
sorry to
this
laugh, but
day.
it's just the excuses. They're crazy, and just like we said, they come from every walk of life, and people just need to be more aware.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end it. Be more aware. Hashtag more punishment for predators. Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, Banana Cats.
Banana cats, much love, peace.